Middle East news now, and President Obama has been in Israel and Palestine this week. What a great way to relax and get away from political difficulties back home, Andy. What better way than by travelling to the biggest political clusterfuck on the planet? I'm sure he'll come back fully recharged, or at least saying, holy shit, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but it's actually great to be back. His relationship with Benjamin Netanyahu has been strained, famously strained over the last 4 years. And he tried to lighten the mood immediately when he landed in Israel. Cameras caught him making a light-hearted reference to Netanyahu's warning of a red line with Iran's nuclear program when they were visiting a military site. Apparently, President Obama asked a military official, where do you want to start? And the military official replied, we're following the red line, sir, referring to a red line on the tarmac. Obama then replied, the red line, OK. And then smiled and gestured with his thumb towards Netanyahu and said, he's always talking to me about red lines. It's funny, Andy, because Israel is desperate to launch a preemptive strike on Iran, and we don't want that. That's why it's funny, Andy. And it's even funnier because we've been surreptitiously killing all the Iranian nuclear scientists instead. That's what makes it really hilarious, Andy. Oh, that's just good stuff.
Maybe you had to be there. I don't know.
President Obama wasn't actually the only one taking a different approach to diplomacy, as King Abdullah of Jordan spent a recent interview essentially zinging every single leader in the Middle East. It was a really amazingly refreshing approach. He said that Mohamed Morsi in Egypt has no depth. He described Prime Minister Erdogan of Turkey as an authoritarian who views democracy as, I quote, a bus ride, as in, once I get to my stop, I'm getting off. When asked about Bashar al-Assad of Syria, he said he's so provincial that at a social dinner he once asked the monarchs of Jordan and Morocco to explain jet lag to him, saying he'd never heard of jet lag. He even took on his own family, saying, members of my own family don't get it. Look at some of my brothers. They believe they're princes, but my cousins are more princes than my brothers, and their in-laws are like, oh my God. I'm always having to stop members of my family from putting lights on their guard cars. I arrest members of my family and take their cars away from them and cut off their fuel rations and make them stop at traffic lights. And he then dismissed tribal leaders from the east bank of the Jordan River who've traditionally been his own family's base of support, calling them old dinosaurs. Zing! Andy, they just got king-zinged. Again, at least this is a new approach to diplomacy. Insult comedy. It's got to be worth a try. It's exactly. Let's fly Don Rickles over the Middle East, hanging off a helicopter in a special harness, with a microphone in one hand and a loudspeaker in the other, zinging the shit out of the leader of every country he passes. Hey, Morsi! If a thought ever crossed your mind, it must have been a long and harrowing journey. Boom! Hey, Netanyahu, you're more stubbornly rigid than a dead donkey. Ga-ding! Hey, Lebanese President Suleiman, look at your face. Was anyone else hurt in that accident? Aloha! Hey, Hamid Karzai, I'll never forget the first time we met, but I'm sure as hell gonna keep trying. Kablowie! It's gotta be worth it, Andy.
Yeah.
Some charming Rickle zingers.
And Berlusconi's pretty much tried that in Europe, certainly with Angela Merkel.
He went a little hard.
Yeah.
He went a little. That was less Rickles and more Lisa Lampanelli. To call a major world leader an unfuckable lardass. Look, that is going heavy. That's edgy stuff. Let's start with Rickles before we move on to that stuff.